Reno Omokri reacts to a no PVC, no communion rule by Catholic parish. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Former aide to President Goodluck Jonathan, Mr. Reno Omokri, has reacted to a revelation made by a Twitter user that once you're not with a permanent voter's card, you'll not receive the Holy Communion in their parish. Reacting, no further, I support P2B, but this is not canonical at all. Neither the church hierarchy nor be a practicing Catholic too would not support this. Reacting to the tweet on his verified Facebook page, Reno Omokri expressed surprise at the new development and affirmed that the Pope would never approve of such decision by that Catholic parish, as he revealed that the Catholic Church is apolitical. He went on to reveal that once you meet up with 5 conditions of receiving the Holy Eucharist, then no priest can deny you that even if you don't have the PVC. He listed the conditions as follows. You must be in a state of grace. You must have been to confession since your last mortal sin. You must believe in the church doctrine regarding transubstantiation. You must observe the Eucharistic fast. You must not have been excommunicated or otherwise censored by the Catholic Church. Once you miss this 5, Reno Omokri's post goes thoughts. But honestly, should we be politicizing the Holy Communion? I'm not sure the Pope would approve of this. The Catholic Church that I know was apolitical. If you meet the 5 conditions for receiving the Holy Eucharist, no priest should deny you of partaking in such a sacred rite, even if you have no PVC. To the best of my knowledge, the 5 conditions for professing Catholic to receive the Holy Communion, for a practicing Catholic to receive the Catholic Holy Communion are: number 1, you must be in a state of grace. Number 2, you must have been to confession since your last mortal sin. You must believe in the church doctrine regarding transubstantiation. You must observe the Eucharistic fast. You must not have been excommunicated or otherwise censored by the Catholic Church. Once you meet those 5 conditions listed above, why would any priest deny you the right to take communion because you do not have a PVC? Well, I don't know where the views this man is coming from, but I don't think it's actually not right. It's not right at all. I think this is just to drive home the importance of electors getting their PVC. Yes, this is just to drive home. And let me further drive it home. If you are an adult, you are 18 years and above. In fact, at this point in time, if you're 17, and your birthday is going to be a few months later, and this year, I beg, get your PVC. Get it ready and make sure you register it with a polling unit or voting booth that is going to be very close to your house. Yes. See, this time around, though, it reached to carry police people made them go collect their PVC because this particular election, I've said it is an election of the millennium, an election of the century. It is not an election that will just, come and go like that. No. An election of the millennium. Where were the Pope when Nigerians are passing through hard times? Where were the Pope when bishops and Christians were being killed and kidnapped and humiliated and oppressed? Reno, watch your words. This is just to encourage them to get their PVC, period. Exactly. He's just wanting them to, he just wants to drive home that thought of the PVC is very important. Not just having the PVC, but having the PVC so that you can vote. And not just to vote for competency, for the right candidate. I like this rule. The violent ticketed by force. So it's time you are working to redeem our land. If at the end of the election, every zone votes their person, then a dice is cast to your tent, all Nigerians. As a Christian, you obey the government, so it is disobedient not to get your PVC. Thank you. It is disobedient not to even come out. Some people get PVC just to use it for ID, and it is not correct. You're meant to have your national ID. You're meant to have your voter's card. Then, if you are someone who is looking towards to, in fact, this period safe, international passport is what one should also have as well. Yes, because this country don't they too rough. I tell you, this country, they don't run us street for this country. In fact, it is a sin to Nigeria for you as a Christian or as a Muslim or as a whatever religion you practice, whatever tribe, not to have your PVC. And maybe you have it and not to come out to vote. It is a very, very big crime. The priest didn't tell you that he will not give you communion, but he is trying to encourage his parishioners to do the needful, but they must vote to change Nigeria's state of maladministration. Thank you. Reno, sir. Extreme cases demand extreme measures. Southerners are too busy to get PVC by the North. Every Aboki has it and keep voting their kind to power. Getting the PVC is the first step. Going to vote on election day is the next thing. Are this list made by the Holy Spirit, Mr. Rano? The word says obey the constituted authority, and by this Reverend Father is adding value to make sure the land is safe for all. Go get your PVC so that you can vote a person of your choice. Thank God everybody knows that Reno is actually trying to be a busybody right now. Yes, because everybody from the comments here, people are like, true, this man, they understand that this particular man was just trying to want his people. Let it be that, my people, they have their PVC and they're ready to vote during the election. Nothing should be stopping them at all. Nothing to be stopping them at all. So they are catching the joke here, except Reno himself, of course. They're actually okay. It is time we Christians wake up. We must vote en masse. Okay. All these are man-made, so the parish priest can also make such law. Was there also a law that if someone dies owing the church, or he can't be buried until those dues are thereby paid by relatives before the church can bury the deceased? Well, that is not what we are discussing here. Did the PVC solve the problem of region in Nigeria? After a long queue, those rebel called Nigeria politicians will rob us all the effort to install a leader of our choice. Don't have this kind of mindset. This is the kind of mindset they want you to have. They want you to have the mindset that even if you come outside and vote, you will not. The thing is, if we as Nigerians, we are able to influence 80%, 85%, 90% of people to go and get their PVC, vote for the right person. The 15% will be people who will be divided by people that want to rig the election, and we can see we have outnumbered them. The non-credible voters will be little. You understand? Exactly. So let's do our own part first. Then go say, maybe say I go the interview. Then you go give me the work. I'll go find work and go see. You have to make the first step by standing up, going to look for the job, then going for the interview, preparing wonderfully well, and smashing your interview there.